ended her quiet on when Beyoncé dismissed her, and at last cut off their friendship anyway. Apparently her sister was not the genius behind the plan her brother, by marriage JC cut her off, and Solange isn't frightened to uncover him, particularly assuming it implies safeguarding her more established sister bands. The two Wizzes are blood sisters, yet their stew disposition causes them to have all the earmarks of being aliens to one another. There have been various cases that Solange and Beyoncé's terrible relationship has been rotting since the Grammys. She was the most named craftsman that evening, yet with her new collection Renaissance, brought back home the decoration for Best Dance Electronic Music Collection. She lauded everybody in her life, including her family, her late Uncle Johnny, who significantly affected her collection Renaissance was incorporated. She additionally tried faking the strange local area for their help for making the class of dance music, which she honors in her collection. I might want to thank my Uncle Johnny, who's not hereby, and by one individual was missing Solange. This crested their supporters' revenue, in light of the fact that Solange generally set Sovereign Honeybee up in place of worship. Since she was her good example, she was consistently glad for her more seasoned kin music and exercises. Being up in a similar family, without a doubt, brought the two performers closer together. As they became older, not in uncertainty, she'd take a projectile for her one day today. Is that day Solange has ended her quietness and is letting the cat out of the bag on JC administering Beyoncé's life. We've seen a brief look into Sovereign Honeybee's life, and it's not all sparkle and shimmers assuming anybody will uncover insider facts. It will, without a doubt, be Solange with regards to her marriage. Beyoncé won't pay attention to anybody bits of gossip, habit that she and Solange are seldom conveying. She accepts he has control over Beyoncé from her dress to her music, and presently to individuals around her. Jay-Z has something to do with everything, and Beyoncé can't express no since she feels he's doing everything for her, so she's gone if Jay-Z needs her out of his significant other's life. Solange is likewise one of numerous people to stand in opposition to the unhappiness in Beyoncé's life. Truly, her ex-protector showed how terrifying her life really is, assuming you're asking why Beyoncé and Jay-Z never appear to be overwhelmed with passion. It's presumably on the grounds that they're not in adoration. Their ex-guardian guarantees the two are in an agreement marriage, nothing more, nothing less. So remain on the memorable top. Your relationship was a business relationship. A man who professes to have been Jay-Z and Beyoncé's protector has approached to make a few declarations in regards to the marriage. Any individual who stands in opposition to Beyoncé and Jay-Z, he claims, would confront Beyoncé and Jay's rage. He said that their relationship was exclusively with the end goal of monetary accomplishment and becoming tycoons. There is no adoration. Bear Panther Beam was likewise chastised for revealing the ruins behind Jay-Z. She accepts Jay-Z was distracted with holding balance under his influence, which is the reason she doesn't have an extraordinary life. She asserts that the rapper is in any event mimicking Beyoncé's age for her to stay pertinent in the music business for a drawn-out period. Jagger conjectured that Beyoncé was definitely not a minor when she was dating Jay-Z, and that this was each of the a showcasing trick to support her record deals. Media brokers purportedly propel VIPs to lie for them to succeed in the calling. It's a game for more youthful performers, and you can wager Beyoncé and Jay-Z are cooperating. Furthermore, she has made other sensation charges about Jay-Z and Beyoncé Knowles in the past. He's an expert, and I know these are beast fears she kept up with that big ol'. A notable New York rapper in Jay-Z's essential melodic foe was associated with the hip jump Big Shot. Next to from that, she guaranteed it was some kind of Illuminati penance in which Jay-Z, Beyoncé, and her mom clearly partook. This seems ok, since Jay-Z and Beyoncé's marriage is loaded with oddities. Sans enjoys the music to represent itself with no issue. Thusly, she and Jay-Z have tried keeping their relationship out of meetings. One of the by and large talked about issues charges that Beyoncé and Jay-Z are individuals from the mysterious Illuminati Society, since they much of the time make the triangle hand image, which additionally connects with Rockefeller Records, Jay's old record mark, and is subsidiary with the Illuminati Tart West, the rapper and business magnate. Habitually examines this, they have some control over Jay-Z and Beyoncé, I realize you man. Yet they have no control over me, the rapper is a blunt ally of Hollywood, as a spot where penance is required, he has recently expressed that Satan has territory more than a couple of remarkable individuals. He accepts that prosperous individuals oversee superstars, like LeBron James, AG, and Beyoncé, and that the two of his mom and Michael Jordan's dad made penances in reality. Conde pursued Beyoncé and Jay-Z, and uncovered their evil customs, expressing that JC and different figures calls her to fault for his crossing out beside that, assuming the mystery messages in the collection's many promoting visuals are perfect. Many individuals except the Renaissance feed is the start of the end. Bands won't ever affirm or dismiss these charges. Luckily, she has her more youthful sister on her side. And what advantage did this have for Solange? Obviously, she has a stressed association with her sister. This control is all preparing the sister's security, beside Beyoncé's frigidity and obliviousness. Nowadays something occurred between Solange and Jay-Z previously, and it isn't really the famous lift occurrence. Won't ever be failed to remember they saw a showdown among Solange and Jay-Z in a lift during the 2014 Met Function after party, which was caught on observation camera. Solange should be visible shouting at the rapper before ruthlessly pulsating and kicking him, while a man dressed as a safety officer attempts to limit her. Beyoncé meddled at one highlight, put distance between her significant other and sister, yet the recording was broadly flowed 10 days after the episode. The three distributed an assertion tending to the show in spite of the fact that it sounded somewhat peculiar to us. Families really do have their portion of issues. Yet this was on an unheard of level. It's all everybody could discuss for the following couple of years. As opposed to resolving the issue straightforwardly, the rapper expressed that the two had a concise squabble, and haven't contended since. He expressed that they had consistently had a great companionship. We've had one conflict when we've been cool, that is my sister got my sister by marriage. No, my sister, he said. We don't know if his affections for Solange are veritable, or then again in the event that he's simply concealing the animosity, so their family doesn't get named as broken. Unusually, scarcely 8 years after the rapper's huge question with Solange, Beyoncé, and Jay-Z present for a photograph close to a lift en route to commend the vocalist's new collection, a shot which shows the cheerful couple sullenly presenting before a lift was remembered for a progression of glitz photographs from her Renaissance occasion at the Times Square Inn. It's evident that Solange disdains the craftsman earnestly. Her fans and some of Sovereign Honeybee's admirers feel the same way. As one ally put it, I had what was happening with my sister, yet my sister needed to see it for herself. I figure the subterranean insects will focus on her relationship and life. When she is old and dark, one more conceited.